Let's tell you who to start and sit for Week 7, shall we? Welcome, everybody. CBS Local Sports. Dave Richard, Jamie Eisenberg, and Ryan Bass hanging out here with you. Let's give you a quarterback you need to start. Who are we looking at, Dave?
I love Cam Newton, especially after what he did last week. He was a sit for me last week. I didn't think he'd be able to go into Seattle and play well. Now he's back at home, taking on a Philadelphia defense that just played on Monday night. I think he goes out and has a big game against them. He's had at least 30 fantasy points in each of his home games this year. Start Cam Newton.
Joe Flacco, a flop this week?
He's been great. 4 of the last 5 games this week, because look at the last 2 games. He had faced Cleveland, 2 rushing touchdowns. That's fluky. San Francisco, every quarterback has success against them. Now he's facing the Cardinals defense. What's going to happen there? He's going to struggle. So I don't want Joe Flacco on my team this week. Steve Smith's going to be negated by Patrick Peterson, so that takes his best player out of the equation. It's going to be a bad day for Joe Flacco.
Your start of the week, the Gurley man, Todd Gurley.
One more time?
The Gurley man, Todd Gurley.
One more time?
No, I only do it twice.
Yeah, I mean, Todd Gurley should have a great opportunity this week against the Browns. Every running back has success against the Browns, and I think you'll see Gurley continue to play well. Last 2 games were amazing for him. Hopefully the bye week doesn't slow him down.
You should see his Hans and Franz impersonation. It's really, really good.
You should see my Joseph Randall impersonation. You ready?
That looks like him. Wait, dive for a touchdown.
Oh,
No,
the wrong
you're
way.
supposed to drop the ball right when you get there.
So are we sitting him this week?
Yeah, I mean, you know that.
Sorry,
Darren
audience.
You know that Darren McFadden has got this passing downs role, and they're talking about Chris and Michael Moore involved. So I don't know if this is really a good opportunity for Joseph Randall to be a reliable fantasy option. I'd stay away.
John Brown, boy, did he have a big game in Week 6. Week 7, what's in store?
Week 5, Week 6, I mean, Week 7, he should continue to get going. I mean, look at this Ravens secondary. They're terrible, and I think you'll see John Brown continue to be one of the favorite targets for Carson Palmer. So he's a must-start guy. I mean, he's just continuing to get better and better, doing the things that we expect him to do, playing off Larry Fitzgerald, keeping Michael Floyd in the 3rd role. He's going to have another great game against Baltimore.
And the Ravens allow a ton of deep passes. You saw it last week with Torrey Smith, so I could see him continuing that up.
Who are we sitting at wide receiver?
A guy who's not getting a ton of deep passes, and that's Brandon Cooks. In fact, if you only look at all of his games this year, there's only been one where he scored, and that was in garbage time. So I'm a little worried about him. Great matchup against Indianapolis, but I don't know how much the Saints are pushing the ball down the field. I think he's okay as a flex play, not as a top 24 receiver.
Give me a start at tight end that I need to plug in this week. It's kind of thin at the position.
I think Jordan Cameron is where I would go. And it's actually getting strong at the position because of guys like Jordan Cameron who've been stepping up and playing well. And certainly lately, last week, big game, scored a touchdown, got a lot of targets. Nothing's changing with him. I like the matchup against Houston.
Who am I sitting, Jamie?
Zach Ertz was a complete disappointment, as was basically the entire Eagles passing game against the Giants last week. And now he's got a much tougher matchup against the Panthers. They've been very good against tight ends, but Zach Ertz just hasn't been very good in general. So it's actually been 16 games. The last 16 games, he has 1 touchdown over that span. I don't think he gets 2.
Those are your starts and sits for Week 7 of the NFL season. Thanks for watching.